India's agri sector and dairy in particular, because a slew of announcements had come in the budget. And to discuss those in greater detail, we are now joined by Brahmani Nara, Executive Director at Heritage Foods. Thanks so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. And first up, are you satisfied with the kind of measures that were announced for the dairy sector in the union budget? And do you believe they largely address the key challenges that the industry was facing?
I think to the budget reactions, we are excited as dairy industry because there is huge focus in the budget on internal capacity building within India for livestock as well as animal husbandry and agri as a whole. Aside from that, I'm really appreciative that the government and the ministry has heard the needs and wants of the industry itself to co-create value going forward. Also, I think the recognition that livestock contributes a huge part of the farm income and is a very important part of sustainable farm income is something that's very encouraging for us.
Okay, and also talk to us about the announcements that we've heard. The dairy industry had been seeking greater tech-led support, and the budget has done a great deal to go on that path. You have the Bharat Vistar app that has been announced. Do you think it's going to be enough to improve efficiency, transparency, and farmer incomes across the dairy ecosystem?
Technology is a very important part of building a dairy ecosystem going forward and the agrarian ecosystem in India. And I think the announcement of the Bharat Vistar app as a technology platform to integrate agri practices along with AI for productivity improvement as well as better decision making is very important. Having said that, more specifically to livestock, I think what's really important as an announcement is the focus on modernization of livestock enterprises and to build integrated value chains. And that's where I think technology will play a huge role. Aside from that, there was also this announcement of credit-linked subsidies to be given to animal husbandry enterprises, which I think is exceptionally encouraging because it'll get dairy farmers at the rural level, most of whom are small and marginalized farmers, to invest into modernizing their dairy farms, to be investing into mini dairy farms and operating at scale, which will hugely boost their incomes as well as their profitability. Aside from that, another very encouraging announcement has been that of scaling up of veterinary professionals by 20,000 professionals in India. For this, the government has, the finance ministry has gone forward saying that loan-linked capital subsidies also for related institutions as well as infrastructure will be provided. These could be veterinary colleges, diagnostic centers, etc. And also the support to facilitate collaborations with potential foreign institutions is also very encouraging. This has a direct impact on the health of the animals, improving the productivity of animals, bringing about better and easy access to vaccines, medicines, artificial insemination, and also bringing down costs to farmers and making it more profitable for them. So it's exceptionally beneficial for the farming community to improve, their productivities, animal health, as well as companies such as us, because it just makes the ease of managing the agri supply chain much better and much more effective.
And the budget announcements also aim to strengthen and enhance the entire dairy value chain, supply chain. What specific measures, whether in procurement, processing, cold chain infrastructure, or market access, would you expect to see translate into tangible benefits for the entire dairy industry?
Absolutely. I think, like I mentioned, the budget has been so focused on capacity building as well as long-term sustainable growth. Just to give you a context, the number of veterinarians available in India is about 68,000, whereas the number that's actually required as of today is at least 120,000. So the gap is huge. So by filling in this gap by 20,000 initially, and of course progressively filling in this gap, it'll have a direct impact in terms of improving animal health and bringing up productivities and volumes. We must remember that the dairy industry is very important for India. It's a huge contributor to the GDP. We contribute about 5%. And also, India is home to the largest milk animal population. We are the largest producer of milk globally at about 240 to 250 million metric tons per year. So it's very, very important. And for the country, it's also important for farmers because small and marginalized farmers heavily depend on dairy as a consistent source of income. It's very important for the country as well because for a largely vegetarian population, dairy provides perhaps the most affordable and accessible source of holistic nutrition. So by improving access to credit and by improving productivities of animals and health of animals, it's nothing but going to have an immediate direct impact on the health of the nation as well as livelihoods of dairy farmers, most of whom are women farmers in nature. It also highly aligns with the vision and mission of the company. We are highly focused on empowerment of farmers, and also we want to double their incomes every couple of years.
Okay, well, that's the take coming in from Heritage Foods on dairy. Before we wind down on this edition, just want to address Paytm. Yes, there's been quite an announcement in the budget when it comes to UPI. The union budget is a U-turn in the government subsidy support, is what Bernstein says. India's digital payments ecosystem. Government has reinstated UPI incentives at 2,000 crore rupees for FY27. I believe this is up from 400 crore rupees earlier, and this revised FY26 UPI incentive is expected to fare well for Paytm, and it is a very clear positive. It provides visibility on continued policy support for payments infrastructure. That's Bernstein's take coming in on Paytm, and that stock has done phenomenally well for itself in trade today. But on that note, we'll wind down this special edition of the budget coverage. From me, Ashesha, and the team that put this show together, thanks so much for tuning in.